My name is Philip Crocker. I'm a financial coach here at Resource One Credit Union, and I'm here today to talk about how marriage can change your personal finances. People that are in relationships, whether they're married or unmarried, but they're maybe living together, whatever the relationship status is, they want to know, hey, should me and my partner commingle our money together, or should we have separate accounts? And my answer to that, when asked, is always yes. Now, I get strange responses and strange looks from the people I'm sitting down with, the couples that I'm talking to, and they say, what do you mean, yes? And my answer is quite simply, well, there's no right or wrong answer. You have three options. You can have commingled money and have it together and share all of the income and expenses involved in the relationship, or you can have separate accounts. So you can have a household account, and you can have a his and a hers, or a his and a his, or a hers and hers. So you can have up to three different accounts. But the thing is, when you look at that, you need to have three plans that go with each one of those accounts. So quite often, to answer the question, should we combine our money or keep it separately? My answer is always yes, but you need a plan. Who should handle the budgeting and bills and paying for expenses in the relationship? Well, there may be one partner in the relationship that enjoys that task. There may be another person in the relationship that doesn't quite enjoy that task. However, it must be done, and it must be done on time. So I would encourage you to sit down with your financial partner and have a discussion about who will ultimately be responsible for making sure that expenses are paid and paid on time. Now, you should both be part of the process, part of the decision-making process of how are we going to use our income, and what kind of responsibilities do we have, and how are we going to use our money. But ultimately, it works best if one person is ultimately responsible. Now, again, both parties should be involved in the process, and both parties could actually be responsible for separate things. It's just a division of labor, so to speak, but there must be a plan of who is going to take care of what. In most relationships, you have, again, one person that is more inclined to do that type of task than the other, but it's still important for the person that actually doesn't pay the bills, so to speak, to be involved in the part of the process. It makes sure that there's effective communication. It makes sure that both people in the relationship are involved in the process. They can both help guide the decisions of what's going to happen with the household finances. It also goes back to the part of how are you combining your monies together? Do you have a household? And do you have separate accounts that you're responsible for your own responsibilities? So there's lots of things to discuss, but ultimately the bills have to get paid. Creating a spending plan or even a savings plan. You have to sit down as financial partners and look at all your current obligations and responsibilities. But you also need to set goals as a partnership with one another. Now, there may be different things that you want to do individually, and that's okay. And you ought to have financial plans for meeting your own individual expectations. But it's also important to look at the partnership's goals. What is it that you want to work towards? We also have to make sure that when we're putting together a financial plan, a spending plan, a budget, a savings plan, all those different mechanisms, that we're looking at individual goals, but we're looking at the relational goals as well. What are we going to do with our money? One of the most important things I give guidance to people is to make sure you don't have conflicting goals, because when you have conflicting goals, you only have limited resources. You only have a limited amount of income coming in. And if you both have different expectations for what's going to happen with your money, then those ultimately become expenses or line items for different goals for savings and so forth. And so the thing is, again, there's only so much resources to go around. So you start competing for those resources. You start competing for those dollars. And that's never healthy for a relationship. That's when financial relationships start having negative outcomes. So you want to make sure that you have plans, that you're both part of making the plan, creating the plan for the household and individually. But it's important not to have competing goals during the process. We understand that everyone's situation is different. So in order to get more personalized guidance and to start the process of building a financial plan, see the video description below for a link to our Budget Buddy page. You can search our list of Budget Buddies, set up an appointment to meet with one of them. And just remember, this service is free for Resource One Credit Union members. Hopefully you enjoyed the session today, and have a great day.